She's Kate Patello.
I'm Kate Patello, kicking again. Bam!
And I'm Leo Laporta. Thank you so much for joining us. Coming up in today's show, it is Kate's last time as, and I want to say this exactly right, as the regular co-host of the Screensavers. Calm down.
Oh, come on, you guys.
It's okay. She's got a great new job. She's moving on to co-host GameSpot with Adam Sessler, and of course is going to be back here all the time.
I will come visit. I'm going to be doing gaming segments. In fact, you know those sneak previews that GameSpot always gets. I'm going to make sure that you guys get them too.
And we've already planned our reunion tour in about 30 years. Kate and I, we're going to go. We're the Screensavers.
It's great to see you. How you doing? We've got an iron lung for two. It's fabulous.
I think we can go to Vegas and do that. We can do the whole thing.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then there you go.
But we do have actually content on the show. We're not just going to be modeling all day.
No. We're going to try and pretend it's like a normal show and everything today. So, we're going to show you how to upgrade that beige Macintosh G3, which is way cool. I'm actually looking forward to
We've had it as long as we've had Kate. And we decided,
that's true.
we decided we should upgrade it. We can't upgrade Kate. We can upgrade it. Then later, Sumi Das has a report on something called digital clay on today's fresh gear. Pop it in your digital kiln and make a digital pot. Today in the chat room. Something Kate's wanted to do for 2 years.
I have. Because, now, let me explain it before we do it. Alex Castle, who was our web king, before Regina Preciado was our web queen, before Tom Merritt was our web...
Let's not go through the whole...
You know what I'm saying?
It sounds like everybody's leaving.
Right. Well, okay. Alex Castle.
He used to work here.
He used to get so irritated with us because we were going to ask people, do you use ICQ?
Right.
Are you going to use Mac OS 9?
Right.
Will you buy a Dreamcast?
Right.
But we never phrased them that way.
No.
We always said, will you Dreamcast?
Right.
Do you ICQ?
Right.
So it irritated the heck out of him.
He being the grammarian that he was.
Indeed. He said, folks, quit verbing your nouns. So for 2 years, the running joke in our meetings is, so do you verb your nouns?
Which, by the way, is verbing a noun. If you use the word verb, which is a noun, as a verb, that's verbing your noun.
Indeed. I even verb my pronouns.
Do you?
When I say, I'm going to Martha Stewart, to Martha something. That is verbing the pronoun.
Wow.
Xeroxing. You could say, I'm going to totally geek. I'm going to geek my way into blank. Geeking,
sure.
That's another one.
I think hacking was originally, hack was something that you did badly, and when you were going to hack, I think that's a verb noun that's been around for so long we're used to it now. And that's what happens with verb nouns. They become commonplace.
Indeed.
Xeroxing now, you would say that's normal.
Although Xerox, that actually drives Xerox nuts, by the way, because they're like a document computer system company now, and they're like, we're not just photocopiers. Say something else.
A little later in the show, we'll be Kleenexing.
Bro, see? Yeah. Can you Kleenex this? Can you Windex that?
Can
you brand names? That's a big way to verb your nouns. So
the computer industry's terrible about this. They do it right and left, forward and back. I mean, it's just nonstop verbing.
And that's the point, isn't it? It's the whole loosening of the language. It's the whole now. It's newspeak.
I kind of like it. It's kind of hip.
You like the new newspeak?
I verb my nouns. I'd verb them more often if I could think of better verbs for my nouns.
I like to verb my nouns as well.
See?
Although, I have an old axiom. Never date a guy that uses party as a verb.
Let's party, man.
Let's party.
A little later after the show, big party. Come on, man. We'll see you at the party. We're going to party down.
So as you can see, it's hard-hitting.
That's why she would never date me.
Well,
party!
Oh, I can, no.
Party!
No, yeah, if I'd been in college instead of, first grade. So what do you think? So, take the web poll. And, of course, while you're there, go on the Screensavers.com and click on the Talkback feature. What on earth are they going to talk back about?
Let's keg, man.
See? You see? Right there. Let's keg. Okay.
You can call it to you can
said that a lot.
Yeah. 888-989-7879 us. Or pretty good, huh? I verbed a number. Or chat with us, chat.zdnet.com. You click on the Screensavers room.
You can Screensavers room it.
Screensavers room it.
Right. And if you want to netcam it, you click on that netcam. You netcam Cineplex it. Because who's in there today? Let's look.
Do you ZDTV it?
Do you ZDTV?
I do.
Shannon?
I do.
Oh,
are you all alone in there, Shannon? There's nobody there?
Oh.
Just Marge Simpson and you, huh?
Somebody go pay Shannon. Call her up. Pay her some company.
She's all dressed up because she's going to go to a big party tonight.
That's right. She looks fabulous today.
Lovely.
Might I add.
Oh, remember. Sorry, I got distracted.
Focus
this is
on
what
the
you
show.
get. The magnetic picture frame if you appear on the show via Netcam. And by the way, our fridge is loaded with Kate's great pictures from fans all over the world and some great pictures of Kate from a recent soiree.
Out in the park.
Out in the park there.
And by the way, underneath the is there, if you see that picture, someone sent it. Here's a picture of Kate's parents. Kate's proud
those are your parents? Let me
it's
see.
Judy Garland and Noel Coward.
Oh, well, it should have been your parents.
So awesome.
That's true.
You know, you too can have your picture on our fridge, on the Screensavers fridge. Just send it to the Screensavers at zdtv.com and make fridge picture the subject line. Folks, before we take a call, I want to kind of tell you a couple of things. First of all, apparently Frankenstein and I called each other up on the phone today.
Look at this.
To see if we
We're wearing
match.
the same outfit.
Look at that. Weird, huh?
This
Now,
is the outfit you wore in the Screensavers you were in the
Almost,
Open,
but
isn't
not quite. Let me tell you, I brought this to show you guys why pleather is not really a big stand-up fabric. This is the exact jacket,
Oh,
ladies
save
and
that
gentlemen,
for the Smithsonian.
that I wore in the opening credits, and look what's left of it.
Oh.
This was my favorite
Falling
jacket.
apart.
Holes in the sleeves everywhere. It's completely
Yeah, I think it had holes in the sleeves when we did the show open,
No, it
didn't
didn't.
Oh, all right.
No.
So you actually bought another one?
Yes, I did. And you know what?
What?
Tore this one too. So, there you go. Pleather lasts forever.
Well, now, I didn't wear the same outfit that we wore on the show open because I couldn't find it in my closet, to be honest with you.
Well, here you go. You can just put this on.
I will wear that. And,
All right.
and actually, I'm wearing the shirt that Kate gave me that we wore to our...
All right.
Very Elvis.
Boy, that's hot. Baby.
That we wore this to our... We wore this. Never mind. I just
Here,
forget.
let me
Let's
help
just
you with
answer
this.
some calls. No, it's stuck.
A little.
It's not coming up.
Oh, my
I got some bad news
goodness.
for you. You got to cut it off me out.
We wore this to our first.
I wore this shirt
appearance.
to our first public appearance in Las Vegas.
Yes.
And it still has the tear stains. Faye joins us on the ZDTV Netcam Network from Glen Ridge, New Jersey. Hello, Faye.
It's Broadway Faye.
I'm here again.
How are you?
I'm always first.
You're the first.
You're
Yeah.
first.
All right, before you do anything, hold on just 1 second. Let's start with this, okay?
Oh,
Ready?
hold on.
Get ready.
All right.
Stand back, GameSpot.tv, because you want to know what you're going to get in case just a little touch of, just a little touch of, just a little touch of star quality.
She's good. She's
That was
good.
awesome. I'm telling you, that is the number that keeps me from auditioning for the role of Ava because I cannot hit that note.
That's
Just
from-
a little touch of star
Quality.
I can,
That's a tough
I can
one.
hit the
I
last
can't hit
note.
that
I
note.
can't hit any of the previous notes.
I know. Good job, Faye. You totally rock.
Very
Hey,
nice.
she's got some fight. So, Faye, do you have a comment for us?
A comment?
Do you verb your nouns,
You
Faye?
Yeah.
Just called to sing.
I was only kind of paying attention to that. Yeah, I guess I do. I do
What's your
Kate's now and
favorite?
then and a few Leos here and there. You know.
Oh, really? What is to Leo?
To mess something up really bad.
Which is, I barely got on tonight because I had to reinstall Windows and
That's it.
everything I did made it worse, and I just messing this whole thing up.
That's it.
That's a to Leo?
She's Leoing it.
So
Yeah.
I'm presuming that to Kate means to be like a total dork?
No, to fix it.
Oh, to fix it?
Yes.
Okay, I was thinking.
So this we'll put it in a sentence. Oh man, I had a rough day today. I Leo'd my computer during a Windows reinstall, but fortunately my roommate was able to Kate it back into order. Good, huh?
Good one.
Thanks,
Thanks, Faye. See you later.
Wait, no, one more.
There's more?
Yeah. Oh, well, I have two more, but I'll just do one more.
Just
okay?
do one more.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I love being serenaded. It's so cool. Go for it.
All right. Don't cry for us, Capatella. Your fans will always love you, whether with Adam or beloved Leo. We'll never leave you. Don't keep your distance. Just keep your promise. Come back and see us.
Yay!
What a very talented audience. Who says geeks can't perform?
See? Our audience rules. Geeks rule.
Thanks, Faye. Good
Thank
job.
you, Faye.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you, everybody. I guess we're going to take a break now.
Yeah.
Okay, then. What's coming up after the break? We've got some stuff.
After the break, we are going to take a Macintosh, turn it around, turn it inside out, fix it, make it faster, make it better. It's all coming up.
When the Screensavers continues.
What she said. again for News Groove. This week's recommendation, comp.os.linux.powerpc. We've talked about Linux on the Mac before, but this is the place to find out all about it. Which one's better, PowerPC Linux or Linux MK? How to install it, what to do with it once you install it. It is a News Groove for everyone who is... She just wanted to do this for so long.
I'm always doing it off camera when he's reading that, y'all.
Now we know what she does.
And now you know what I'm to the jet man. All right.
I can't. Okay.
My mom taught me how to do all that stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's like, come on, mashed potato.
I taught my mom how to do that stuff. If
We've got Darren.
If you want more news group recommendations, just go to the website.
The screensavers.com. Right. Darren is on the line in North Carolina. Darren, what's the name of your town?
Lucama.
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 Blue comma. Like blue comma?
That's it.
Like comma, Amelia.
Oh, come on.
Comma, Camellia. Oh, yeah. You're big George.
What can we do for you?
Oh, what's up?
I have a question about motherboards.
Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
How do I tell whether I have an AT or ATX form board, and what's the difference?
The difference is the power connector, pretty much, and also how the ports are on the back.
Because the baby AT form factor.
Yeah, I mean,
form factor.
You could put a baby AT or a regular ATX or a regular ATX into the same case, but the real issue on the case is going to be the power connector. So what you should do is look at the AT power connectors were dual connectors, okay?
Okay.
So you put two connectors in. The ATX has a single power connector. I'm talking about the connection from the power supply to the motherboard. Okay? So if you have a single connector coming from the... It's hard to tell when you look at it on the motherboard because the two go in there and it looks like one big long one. So you actually might have to pull them out to see.
Ooh.
But no, there's just a little clip. It's just a plug. You just unconnect that. And, no big deal. Nothing. Nobody's going to get hurt. Make sure you unplug it before you do it. And then so dual will be AT, single will be ATX. That's about the best way to
really, really need to know because don't they both fit in the same case?
No. You do need to know because
there you go.
They fit in the same case as long as you have a different panel on the back, but the power supply is where the problem is. You need to have the right kind of power supply. And generally speaking, that means the right kind of case. So you're going to upgrade your case, is that it?
I'm going to upgrade. I bought a upgrade package online.
Oh, okay.
This one's ATX. Here.
So, yeah, you can just look at it, and bada bing, bada boom. You can see right there at the top, the power connector is ATX because it's just a single one like that, okay? And then,
simple.
Is this an AT over here, Roger? Nope, it's ATX also. I mean, you can tell right away. Oh, wait a minute, this is nice because this says dual. This is AT and ATX. That's Roger is so smart.
See?
He brought us. So this is the ATX. This is the old AT connector down here, and that's an ATX connector. And you have two plugs going into this AT. There is a slight difference on the back panel, but really that can be fixed by. You can see this is an older motherboard, the dual one, because it has the old AT-style keyboard connector. That may be another thing versus the PS2. And then all the new ATX ones have the back plugs arranged in this form factor. And as I said, you can almost always get a case to work with this by changing the back panel. But the power supply is going to be a bigger issue. Hey, wow, that's neat that we had both of those.
That is neat. How lucky for us today.
Okay, Darren?
Yes, thanks a lot.
All right, Darren.
Thank you for the call. We appreciate it.
Take care now.
I would just like to say goodbye to Kate and that we're all going to miss her.
Thanks,
we are.
Darren.
None more than me. See her on GameSpot TV, though. She's just really, actually, they tape it right across the way. Just
right
over there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be standing behind the cameras going,
And you think I'm not going to be doing that to you?
Yeah, I know you are. Kate's heading off in the chat to talk to all of you. You give her your best wishes in there, okay? And coming up next, we're going to take that old beige G3 we bought on the very first days of the Screensavers and make it like new again when the Screensavers continue. Stay here.
Right.
time now for our weekly alternative segment, a neat tip or trick about an alternative operating system or device. Now, this week we're going to show you how to bring new life to that old G3. Gosh, it's hard to believe I'm saying the words old G3 together. To help us with this tip, we've invited Macworld contributing editor Chris Breen. He's going to do all the hard work.
Yeah.
G3, this is only 2 years old.
Yes, but look at it. It's beige. It's not blue and white. It's not gray and
we
white.
can't make it blue and white.
Well, a little spray paint, you know.
We can do a few
sure
things.
We can.
We're actually upgrading 3 different subsystems here. Let's open it up and show them. Actually, before you open it up, what's the first thing you want to do?
Well, you want to take the cover off.
Yes. And then...
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm giving you a little hint.
Ooh.
You want to do something with this.
The hard drive. Right. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to upgrade the hard drive.
Right.
The way to do that, and this is a little tricky on these things, is because these original G3s did not have a second IDE bus. So what you have to do is you have one connector going to the CD-ROM and the other one going into the hard drive.
And that's it.
That's it. So you can't add an additional one. You have to replace the one you have.
So we're going to pop the CD connector and put it on our new hard drive and copy all the data over.
Right. So
that's just to prepare it for this.
Yeah. Okay. You'd pull it over and you'd have to initialize it then with the hard drive setup that comes with the thing. Okay. So now
what we're getting is a 32 gig hard drive. Beautiful thing. It's an IBM Death Star 7200 RPM. Now, it's so big. This is an old 4 gig drive that we're replacing. Right. Do I need to partition it? Do I need to do anything special with it?
You know, you don't have to partition it any longer with HFS Plus, but it's nice to be able to do it because it's just for organizing your files.
So as long as you format with HFS Extended or HFS Plus, you're okay.
Yeah, you're set. You don't have to worry about files.
So you can make one big 32 gig partition
and then lose everything. So it's better to put it in 4 or 5 partitions.
I think we put it in 5. Yeah. And this is the old drive. So we copied all the data over. You need any special software to do that?
No,
just drag it over.
Just drag it over.
Okay. Now this is really easy actually to get into.
Right.
There's a new drive we put in. Next thing we did is we upgraded the chip. This is the old chip.
Yeah.
Tell us about the chip upgrade.
Well, that's an old G3. It's probably at 233 megahertz.
Yep, that's what it was.
That's what it was, and we pulled that thing out of here because we wanted to put a 500 megahertz G3 in there.
Wow.
And
that's a big difference. We've doubled the speed.
Double the speed, right.
The heatsink, you just take it from the old chip and put it on the new one?
You'll see there's a little clip on the top here, and you just push that down and take a screwdriver to it, lift the heatsink off, and then on the side here there's a little handle.
Right.
You just
snap it up.
Snap it up, and it's called a ZIF slot.
Right.
And it just pops right out of the ZIF slot. You pull it out, you place the new one in there, put it down, drop the little crank, put the heatsink back on, you're done.
It is a very easy thing to do.
Right.
Now, I noticed that newer technologies that provided the upgrade also provided this. What is that?
That's a grounding strap. And if you want to be extra careful and extra safe.
Which we're not here on the screen.
We are not.
We're the first to admit it.
That's right. We're trained professionals. Do not as we do, but as we say.
So would I attach this to the power supply?
Yeah, you put one end around your wrist, and then you put and you want to leave the Mac plugged in when you do it, actually.
Okay. And that's because it's going to draw off any static electricity.
Right.
Now, folks, the reason we don't use these when you see us on the air here is because it's a very moist climate here where we don't have a lot of static. But if you live in a dry climate where you have a lot of static, Las Vegas, you definitely want to do this.
And if you have a shag carpet and you routinely do the hully-gully before doing these kind of things, you want to do that.
And put that on the power supply.
You put that on the power supply.
Not that I'm doing anything.
Right.
Because you're going to add the memory.
Okay, perfect. So I'll just hold your hand.
This is the last upgrade, a little bit of RAM in here.
We've got 128 megs of RAM here that we're adding to the stock 64.
I'm very happy. This is going to make a big difference.
We just push it in there and push down.
This is because Apple has really adopted the kind of a little bit more.
Didn't quite get that.
I can see that.
Okay.
They've really gone with the IBM PC compatible standard IDE disks and SD RAM in DIMMs and everything. This is really a very easy upgrade. Anybody who's done this on the PC side, this is hard to get in.
Maybe we're putting it backwards.
Are we? No.
Well, let's turn it around and find out.
Oh, we would.
Whoops.
So there's notches. Just learn from us.
Oh, you should follow the notches.
And there's only one way to put this thing in here.
Yeah, I guess you should.
A little bit better angle, but I didn't have a little bit better brain. All right. That's good. Let's close it up and turn it on, shall we?
Okay.
All right. We had this unplugged. You did break it. Wait a minute.
Did I break it?
The first thing you're going to break is this.
I knew it, and I did break it. This is the little kickstand they put in here.
It has no purpose.
No purpose, and you'll absolutely break it the first time you do this.
And don't worry. Does this void my warranty?
You bet it does.
Big time, right?
Big time.
Okay. All right.
Yes, this is the proper way to install it.
I don't know a single engineer who doesn't say, when in doubt, smack it a good one.
Smack it a good one. Oh, yeah, and that looks great.
Now, we're going to turn it on. It binged. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Let's see. Okay, this monitor is connected. What have we done here? We more than we 8 times. We octupled the hard drive.
The hard drive.
How much? We doubled the processor.
Right.
And we tripled the RAM.
Triple the RAM. Right.
Wow. So that's it. Now, how much faster is this machine going to be after all this?
Well, the processor is twice as fast. Mm-hmm. The hard drive is twice as not quite twice as fast, but it's quite a bit faster.
And I'll tell you what, this is a nice upgrade to do for how much money? How much did we spend?
Let's see. I did this also with a Voodoo 3 card, and that costs around $900. So if you drop another $100, around $800.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
And it's like getting a whole new machine.
Yeah.
Really fabulous.
Yeah.
Look at that. The newer Tech Max Power G3 comes on. And this, I tell you, I can feel right now. This booted more than twice as fast.
Yeah. One thing I failed to mention is that when you're installing the hard drive, also you'll get an extension that comes on the CD. You want to install that on the hard drive as well. Yeah, software, and that's what that was.
Yes, right. Okay. Great. Chris, what a great upgrade. Thank you very much for doing that. Leave the top off. We'll get it later. And here, this is your... for you. To find out more about upgrading your old Mac or any past alternative, visit our website at thescreensavers.com. Chris, we really appreciate it. Chris Breeze, Macworld contributing editor, and has a very nice tie now. Don't start flipping, folks. Still to come on this very show. Can you take your PC Linux applications and move them to a Mac? We'll talk about it. Also, more answers to your toughest computing questions. Plus, out of the playroom and into the lab, it's digital clay. All that and more as the Screensavers rolls on.
Hi, Kate. I just thought I would wish you luck on your new show. Please come back and visit soon. Oh, I miss you. Love you, Kate.
The time is now 2 a.m. in Bakava, Belgian Congo, the home of the Jungle Telegraph. We'd like to say hello to Ungat Unga Ump and Mrs. Ump and all the boys up at the transmitter.
the Screensavers. I'm Leo Laporte.
I'm Kate Patello. Thank you for joining us.
Last time you're going to hear that.
Oh, yeah? Watch. I'm Kate Patello. Thank you for joining us. There?
So, I want to do something for our buddy Jim Latterback.
Oh, yes.
Because he's going on the road to sign autographs, and I want everybody to go out there because it's in Nashville, where we've been there. We've signed autographs in Nashville.
We have, in fact.
And when we went, we were only on like part-time.
Yeah.
And now we're on full-time in Nashville. So Jim's going to go out there, and I know there's wonderful people who are going to come by and say hi to him. It's Saturday, April 15th, Tax Day. Or actually, Monday's Tax Day. So, go by. He's going to be at the Everything Internet event at the Lowe's Vanderbilt Plaza. Now, that's at 2100 West End Avenue in Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
The event goes from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. He's going to be there for a long time. Lots of chances to talk to Jim. He's got cool stuff, interactive panels, demonstrations. He's going to give his predictions for the Wired House of 2005.
Really?
Really a neat event. Cool. You can go to the website. Just go to ZDTV.com. Click on ZDTV in your town under the Games and Events section of the front page. All right?
Okay. Now, folks, I just have to tell you, I know you watch Jim on TV. You really need to meet him in person to see how cool he really is.
Great.
He's a personal friend
he's a little fat
of ours.
Person, though. Don't mention the weight.
You are so
he looks so good on TV.
So funny.
And then you meet him, he's like 400 or 500 pounds.
You are.
It's just don't don't mention it. Okay?
You're just saying that because there's no website dedicated to your teeth.
When people come up to Jim, you see, oh, Jim, and they go, oh, my God. So please
Jim,
don't do that.
It's so nice to meet you. Give me a hug.
I'm intensely jealous.
But seriously, I'm serious. Jim is a really cool guy. Please go meet him and just see. You got to see him in person for yourself to believe it. It's totally true.
So now that we've used all our chat room time.
Yeah, do you verb your nouns?
That's the question. Go there, vote.
Yeah. We're polling. Right. Tell us the screensavers.com. Take the poll.
There's all those verbing nouns.
It's all very, very important.
They showed 2 lines of chat. That was it. You can also chat with us at chat.zdnet.com. All right, let's move along now. Davis joins us on the ZDTV network, NetCam network from Santa Monica, California. Hello, Davis!
Hello, Davis!
What's up, Kate?
Davis is one of the people who does the ZDTV Fanet site.
Fanet, which is fanitme.com, I believe.
Fanitme.com.
FANITME.com. Are you doing a tribute to Kate on the site by any chance?
Well, we have sections, and we were the second site to find out about Kate leaving on Monday.
They broke the story, didn't they?
They did.
I had kateandleo.com registered, and the site is up, but we're going to make it a scrapbook site now.
That's great.
So
that's
anybody
wonderful.
and everybody, please submit anything to Davis@KateandLeo.com, and we'll put it back. We'll put it up.
Oh, that's great. And there'll always be a Kate and Leo.
See, that's the thing. We are always going to be Kate and Leo. We just may not be Kate and Leo, the screensavers, but we will always be.
You know what
Kate
I think the best Kate and Leo story is? On eBay.
Oh, yeah.
When somebody is autographing our autograph picture, it's up to $89.
Yeah, Money Machine said that.
They did that, but did they show? And they show the Titanic, right?
Yeah.
Kate Winslet and Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Their autograph picture, like $29.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, they're such has-been, washed up.
That was
over.
not gracious of me
it's just
at all, was it? But see, there's only one Titanic, and there's like 400 episodes of us together.
And there will always be a Kate and Leo. So I'm glad there's a KateandLeo.com to memorialize that.
Thanks, Davis. And the message board.
Did you have a question?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
question?
I have one more thing after this, but
okay. Quickly, because we actually do want to do some computer stuff
today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since I think Leo remembers that I did beta test Windows 2000.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I did go on Call for Help, but now that we have B and I have Linux and Windows 2000, Windows 98, and 2 hard drives, one 20 gig and one 6 gig.
Oh, you're set.
I really want to get them all to work out together, and I want to know what is the best way to set up the partition.
Can't we all just get along?
You're a nut, man.
You know, the big problem is that Windows 2000 wants to be the boot manager for everything, right?
Right.
So,
and B has the best boot manager.
Yeah, but you can't use it because the B boot manager has to sit in the master boot record. You do that. The minute you do that, Windows 2000 is going to go, and it's going to get mad at you, and it's going to say, I'm broken, and never boot again.
It doesn't play well with others.
Yeah. So I think what you want to do is install all of those, put the Linux Lilo, the Linux bootloader, in the boot directory, not master boot record.
Okay.
Don't use bootman with BOS. Just install it.
Okay.
Install finally Windows 98 or whatever version of Windows you are happily using right now. And then the last thing you install is Windows NT. Windows NT will not recognize Linux or B. It will only recognize Windows 98. But what it will do is it'll put a boot manager on, and it'll actually give you the chance to boot between Windows 98 and BOS. And then I'm thinking, now Davis, I haven't tried this at home, but I'm thinking what you can do is there's a file on that C:root directory of Windows 98 called boot.ini that you can modify to add pointers to the other partitions, to the Linux boot partition and to the BOS partition.
Very interesting.
And if you do that properly, I firmly and fervently believe Windows 2000, when it boots, will then say 98, 2000, Linux, and B. Okay. I don't do that because I have two different drive chains, and I just use the BIOS to boot to the second drive chain.
Oh, that's very smart. Mine does that too.
Yeah, and that's handy if you can boot to other drive chains. That's the easiest, probably. Maybe not the easiest, but it's a guaranteed way to work. All I know is NT's got to be the last in there. You might be able to use a boot manager after NT. This is the other option if you want to buy some software. System Commander Deluxe 2000
My goodness.
from V Communications purports to work with all of these, including NT. And they have some elaborate instructions for NT. So that if you can't get that working, Davis, then get System Commander from V Communications, the latest version. Okay?
Okay. And I just want to say I love you, Kate, and I can't believe that you're leaving, but I hope that we get to see you more often.
You will.
I will be here, I promise. It's for all of y'all.
I talked to Davis's mom this morning, by the way.
She told me.
She's got a big crush on you.
Okay, this is for Davis and for the chat room. Davis in the chat room. That's for you guys. All right, I know. It's easy to blow a kiss, but it's real. Now, will you please take us to break?
No.
No?
Okay, again.
All right, well,
last time you got up into the camera. Okay. Anyways, thanks, Kent and Leo. How can modern technology make your computer more tactile? How about digital clay?
Clay.
Yep, that's it. When the screensavers rolls on.
All right, nice job.
There it is, the Screensavers website, a fabulous place to get more information about things you see on the show, you hear about. How Small is Small takes this week's Super Geek Challenge. It's about nanotechnology. Find out. It's all at thescreensavers.com. Our congratulations to Casey from Farmington, Ohio, the winner of yesterday's Super Geek Quiz T-shirt or cap giveaway.
Woohoo!
Give them away, Kate.
All right, take them. Okay,
Daddy. I love you. Bye-bye.
He took him.
He took him.
Come back here, you rotten little kid.
Oh, you can... Quite an arm on that rotten little kid. Make sure you fill out the form, of course, after you've taken the quiz for your chance to win. And listen, folks, on our website today, on the dish, make sure you go there, because I've written an open letter to all of you, and all of you, and you, and everyone in the country. And you are there, and you, and I've written a letter to all of you explaining what's going on. So to answer all of your questions, I hope answer all of your questions, they're there. So check it out.
The Kate Fack.
Yes, the Kate Fack. At the dish. All right. Now, as promised, here's Do It With Me. Sumi Das with a report about turning technology design into something you can see and hold in your hand on today's A Fresh Gear.
If you've ever tried drafting on a computer, you know how difficult it can be. Granted, it's gotten much easier, but creating three-dimensional computer images often entails first drawing them on paper, then building models, and finally creating a wireframe from the coordinates of those models, or using modeling software, which in turn will generate a more realistic 3D representation on the PC. Researchers at Xerox's Palo Alto Research Center are working on a project that could one day make this cumbersome process a whole lot easier. Digital clay evolved out of Park's modular robotics research and is centered around these rhombic dodecahedron-shaped modules called Proteo. Digital clay's principal designer, Sam Homans, originally chose Proteo's shape with simplicity in mind. But as fellow researcher Mark Yim explained, the modules' looks were deceiving.
The hope was that these modules, since they actually move in a relatively discrete fashion, they'd be simpler to build, and we could build lots of them. It turns out that they're actually more difficult to build. So we're looking at redesigning them, possibly using a different shape.
No matter what the ultimate shape, Proteo modules will have limited functionality. They will do little more than reconfigure themselves, but this proves to be a very valuable feature.
Every module has electronics, a computer on board, and a way to communicate with its neighbors. So if you have a lot of these modules together, when the computers talk with each other, they can tell what their aggregate shape is. And if you plug that into a PC, you can actually have that as an input device, a 3D kind of tactile input device for CAD systems or other things. So if we had a lot of these and they were small, you could kind of mold it like clay and then be able to shape whatever thing you're manipulating on the screen and have that in digital form as well.
The module's ability to sense its orientation in space and its relative position to the other modules could greatly simplify and speed up the process of designing on a computer. While laser imaging can also generate a three-dimensional computer image from a model, digital clay would allow users to experience the computer representation in real 3D space, providing yet another example of how our virtual worlds and our real worlds are continuing to merge.
A new Fresh Gear featuring the fabulous Sumi Das every weekend afternoon. Just trying to see if you're paying attention. At 12:30 Eastern, right here on ZDTV. Email. We
got an email from James. He says, I'm an avid Mac user, but I'm also a Linux fan.
Good for you.
Is there a way to run x86 compiled Linux programs for Linux PPC?
No.
Specifically Quake 3 and Unreal Tournament. The source is available for Quake 3 Arena now. Can I just recompile it? Make it work on a Mac?
Can we?
We'll see. Porting software from one platform to the other when the Screensavers continues. email from James. He wants to know about getting his Quake 3 Arena fix on Linux for the Mac. Let's talk about that. It's a little convoluted. What we're talking about is something called porting software, moving software from one platform to the other, or cross-platform compatibility. That's another way of putting it. In order to get a program from one to the other, there are three big issues you have to resolve. First of all, the program has to be written in a language that is portable.
Sure. A
language that can exist on all the different systems. And the language has to be standardized so that the version of the Mac doesn't work differently than the version on the PC. And it has to have standard libraries that work the same on both computers.
So then the question would be, what is the most standard language?
Well, Java is intended for portability. All Java, all properly written Java is 100% portable.
That's why we want people to learn Java.
Well, yeah, but most people still write in C, and C is very, very, very portable. So ANSI, C, or C++.
Okay.
That's issue one. Second issue is the operating system itself. You know, drawing a window on Mac looks different than drawing a window on the PC. Normally you would write directly to the Windows API, and that wouldn't work on the Mac. So you need to be able to support the operating system and the user interface. That's not so hard anymore because Mac, Windows, and Linux all have GUIs that work pretty much the same. So you can map pretty closely one-to-one. The final issue, and it's a big one, is hardware dependencies. You know, you're relying on there being a certain hardware card or so forth. Games especially tend to really want to write to the hardware because it's more efficient.
Sure.
So there are ways you can get around hardware dependencies, but you always do it with a sacrifice. Two kinds of sacrifices, really. One is in the full feature set. Let's say I have a 3D sound card on one machine, but I don't have on the other. If I use a general sound card library, I obviously can't have 3D sound cards in it. So I can't use the whole feature set. And also it's a little slower. So games tend to really write directly to the hardware. Programmers like to write directly to the hardware. They don't like writing portable code. They want to take advantage of every single feature that's written into Windows or into the Mac. So you have to really twist their arm to get them to write portable code. The final thing, if you don't have the source code, doesn't matter. If you don't have the source code, only the person who wrote the program, who owns the source code, can make the change.
You can't reverse engineer it.
Not effectively. You really can't port software unless you have the source code. It's just not practical in other ways. That's why open source is a big deal. It means everybody controls the source code. Everybody has the ability to move it from one thing to another. Quake 3 finally did not release the source code of the entire game. If they had, you wouldn't have to buy it. You could just recompile it.
Right.
They only released enough source code for you to write extensions to the game. It's fun to look at the source code. Source code, interestingly enough, is highly portable. It writes very, very, very portable stuff. That's why it works on Linux, Mac, and Windows, but it doesn't work on Linux for PowerPC. It only works on Linux for x86 architectures, and until it releases an x86 binary or releases the full source code, no port is possible.
Okay.
Sorry to say. If you want to know more about porting software, though, it's an interesting issue. I've written an article that you can look at on the website. And here's the source code. It's fun to look at. Look at these little codes.
No clip, level shot, add bot.
Well, source code is always fun to look at, and there's sometimes are fun things in comments. Like, for instance, here's a comment that says, "We spelled deferred wrong, but we're not going to change it because it's just the demo." It's always fun to look at what the programmers wrote in the source code.
All right, programmers often have sick senses of humor.
They do.
All right. Hey, our friend Fireman Dan joins us on the ZDTV Netcam network from Bloomfield, New Jersey. I'm so glad you called today, Dan.
It's a good time to be here, Dan. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Do I have to sing before I ask a question?
No way. I'll do it for you.
Pay really
No, I sing Mello Batello.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah.
They call me Mello Batello.
There's an oxymoron.
Yes.
So what can we do for you, Dan, our friend?
Well, a quick question.
Okay.
I burn some AVIs to CDs, AVIs, and when I play them off CD, they're kind of jerky.
Right.
Yet if I put them on a hard drive, they play very well.
Come on, Dan, you know the answer to that.
Let's see, the CD is spinning.
A lot slower.
And thinking. And the hard drive is grabbing information, pulling it in the cache, dumping it out, letting you see it. While you're seeing it, it's pulling up more information, holding it in the cache.
It's very simple. The hard drive has a sustained throughput capability about 20 or 30 megabytes a second. Yeah. Your CD, what is it, a 32X?
48.
48. That's only really probably around 5. I have to do the math, but about 5 megabytes a second. So now the way to fix this is to make these AVIs be a slower bit rate. So if you say when you digitize any digital audio or video, people see this all the time with MP3s now. When you make an MP3, you digitize it for a certain bit rate.
Sure.
That has to do with the quality, but it also has to do with how much data has to be transferred. So 128 kilobits per second, which is a standard MP3, is fine for a CD. CDs are 150 kilobytes per second times the number of speeds they are. So it would be 48 times 150 kilobytes. That's going to be around 4 or 5 megabytes. I have to do the math for you. So what you'd have to do is resample those AVIs, those movies, to require no more than, let's say, 5 megabytes a second. You want to lower it a little bit because of overhead and so forth. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do now.
And the other thing is, these don't, when they spin at 48, that's the maximum.
Right.
The extreme.
They spin at all different data rates. So really, practically speaking, in most cases, you're not going to see more than about 16x throughput. Never digitize anything that's got to play off a CD any faster than that, requiring any faster than that. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right. Love to you, Dan.
Well,
I think Dan's got a little something for you a little later on.
Listen, I'd just like to say to Kate, on behalf of all of her fans, I'd like to thank her for coming into our homes and being our teacher, our favorite geek girl, and our friend.
Dan, we've been trying to keep her from crying the whole show.
You're welcome, Dan.
And I think you've just
blown it. And I'm just going to take a deep breath like this. And I'm just going to say, you're welcome, Dan. And so is everybody else. That's all I can say. Okay?
Thank you, Dan. Very nice. That's very sweet.
All right, folks. Cleansing breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth.
Together pretty well, isn't she?
Listen up. Listen carefully. Because this is the very last time I'm going to say this. I'm serious. I'm serious now. You listening? Record and send us the dang email. Show me the email. Show me the instructions, your scripts. They're waiting for you at thescreensavers.com. Now, here's one from Beverly Hills, California. Take it away.
We love you, Kate. Have fun on GameSpot. Hurry back to us now. Peace.
Folks, welcome back to the Screensavers. You know what? Who cares how many of you broke me down? Who cares?
This is where we would usually do that, but we've got other fish to fry today.
You have 24 hours to vote, for crying out loud. It's at thescreensavers.com, you know, for Pete's sake.
Oh, I don't know. That just sounds like a shameless grab for ratings.
No, it's not.
Speaking of shameless grabs for ratings, yes. Now, so let's
tell us what you're going to be doing.
I am very fortunate. I am going to GameSpot, and I'm going to be hanging out with Adam Sessler, who's a dude. I just can't wait. He's really cool. He'll take good care of me, I promise.
I know he will. I already had to talk.
Oh, look out. So basically it goes like this. Of course I'm going to be doing gaming, but I'm going to still be a geek, y'all. I'm still your tech chick. I'm going to be doing gaming in B, in Linux, in Mac, lots of alternative operating stuff. We're going to do some gaming server stuff. We're going to do hardware. I'm going to have so much fun. I promise I will still be a super geek, and I will come back, do some segments, and visit y'all.
You better.
Now, listen, partner boy.
No.
Thank you.
Please don't.
That's all
we're going to say. Thank you. It's been a wonderful 2 years, and it's far from over.
Well, we are still Kate and Leo.
We sure are.
And we're always going to be Kate and Leo, and I just want to make sure that you guys all understand that. And I have to give all my love to all of you watching who've been here with us from day one. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart for being there and making it worth it to be here. When I've met you, you have just paid me back for all my work with your learning and your care and your energy and your hearts. And I thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart forever. So
she's a very special person. We're going to miss you, Kate, but we're not going to lose you.
Nope, I'll be back.
That's it for this edition of the Screensavers. One more time, shall we?
Let's do it.
Jump, baby, jump!
Jump, there goes the ball.
Who cares? You don't need that mic anymore. We actually have something for you. Bring it out of here. Oh, we got a lot. First of all, this is the key to the Screensavers. Patello. We recycled the key from the city of York. I hope you don't mind. We've got cards for you. We've got some balloons and these flowers from all the Screensavers fans and the Screensavers family.
Thank you guys.
We just want to thank you, Kate, for being such an inspiration to us all. You made it, and we're going to miss you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's all say goodbye to Kate.